Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us right here on Midday, Kentucky. Do you want to go off set and have a glass of water?
I need one.
Someone grab her a glass of water, please. You know, like she's got a bit of a dry old mouth.
Wow.
You've got mouth like cotton wool.
I do.
I
I think it's that. I do. I've been chewing on those during the breaks.
Okay. How are you, my friend?
Hey, doing well. I feel pretty good.
Do you?
Pretty good today.
Yeah.
What about you? Friday Eve.
I'm interested to see how Miss Lydia, our fitness expert, has gone to master fitness expert. Does that mean she did another course and she's now a master?
I thought she was always a master.
She's over there shaking her head. It's a bit like karate. You know how you go up in the levels from green to blue to black to whatever it is?
Right.
So maybe she's advanced in the training levels.
Well, I'm excited to hear her running workout tips, so it should be good.
Well, she's had her work cut out for us because she's been working with all of us trying to get us in shape.
Well, we were trying to give you the Michelle Obama arms.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing on
Trying.
you. Yeah. And as everyone knows, Katie is about to go away and she's going to be running up some mountain. What's the mountain?
I'm going to Peru.
Yeah.
I'm doing Machu Picchu, but I'm training for the Amsterdam Marathon, so that's why I'm going to check in with Lydia for some running tips. I'm trying to go from a scuffle to maybe a faster run.
Now, let's call it what it is. It's a shuffle, not a scuffle.
I thought it was a scuffle.
A scuffle is a fight. A shuffle is like a hot shoe shuffle where your feet don't actually leave the ground.
Oh, my feet leave the ground.
But listen to this. Listen to this. Tell
As
everyone.
Fatso says himself. Do you know what I mean?
Tell everyone how many miles it is, though, Katie.
26 points.
Yeah. Hello.
She's doing a good job.
I would be like laying dead about maybe a mile and a half into it.
I can't walk 20 feet.
Seriously. No. I mean, 26 miles. How do you even begin to train?
I don't know. We'll find out from Lydia.
I don't know.
The master. Okay. I thought this was really interesting because everyone knows on this show, you know, we talk a lot about anti-aging and cosmetic surgery and things that you know, this show is basically for all the chicks out there that want to talk about anti-aging, right?
Yeah.
We talk about cosmetic surgery
Right.
and all things that are good for you. Well, it's interesting, in the September 27 issue of Allure, fronted by 72-year-old Dame Helen Mirren, the glossy magazine resolved to stop using the term anti-aging and called on the beauty industry to do the same. Now, the issue is the long-awaited, utterly necessary celebration of growing into your own skin, wrinkles and all. Now, this is what Allure editor-in-chief Michelle Lee wrote in her letter from the editor. No one is suggesting giving up retinol, okay? But changing the way we think about aging, I should say, starts with changing the way we talk about aging. With that in mind, and starting with this issue, we are making a resolution to stop using the term anti-aging. Here's the thing. Magazines, you make most of your money from people like us who talk about anti-aging, and your biggest sponsors are anti-aging creams. Okay, we're talking about L'Oreal and retinol creams and, you know, Procter & Gamble, and they're your biggest sponsors, and they're the ones with the big bucks. So what I find really interesting is we do talk about anti-aging because, let's be real, unless, I know some people get a little bit funny about saying, well, I don't do Botox and I don't do fillers and all those sorts of things. That's great. But I don't know whether someone, if you were told that this cream would help reverse the signs of aging, that you wouldn't give it a go. Right. Most men and women would.
Yes.
Agree?
I would. Yes, I would. You know, the thing is, though, is the term anti-aging, I mean, I think it's more appropriate, I guess, to accept the fact that we're all aging and it's all happening. I mean, it's happening to all of us. Doesn't matter. Nobody gets out of this, you know, scot-free. So it's just aging, you know, gracefully. And I think that's how I look at these products. I never look at a product like it's going to make me look 25 again. You know, that's not going to happen.
I agree.
But if it just, you know, if it softens the appearance of the wrinkles or the fine lines and things like that, then, you know, I'm all for it. And anti-aging, yeah, I do think it is kind of a harsh term, to be honest with you.
You do?
I do. I kind of like that they are starting to talk about that. And maybe, you know, I don't think they should do a ban, or I don't think it should be something like that. Yeah. But it is something that we need to talk about, because anti-aging, it makes, you know, I think it kind of makes people that are, you know, older, especially women, makes us feel less than if you use that term.
Well, just remember also the men's anti-aging industry is the fastest growing industry of all companies.
That's true.
Yeah. What do you think?
I don't know. I think that if you want to do away with the stigma, then you have to do away with promoting products like that.
Exactly.
Calling it anti-age, like everyone, if you were to say, get rid of your wrinkles, everyone knows that as you're aging, you're getting the wrinkles. So I think they need to stop doing that in general if they're trying to achieve encouraging people to age gracefully. But just by getting rid of that term, I think they're not really getting rid of what you talked about, making women feel less than or anything. Just that little term, like you know what anti-wrinkles means,
Yeah.
you know? Like,
Well, and here's the funny thing. Magazines many moons ago also tried to stop having, super thin models. Well, that has taken so long, and has it really worked?
Well, you know, it
Do you know
has.
what I
I
mean?
do see plus-size models quite more often, actually,
Yes,
than I
but
ever did.
it still hasn't changed the modeling world.
Right. I mean,
So
there's still a place for the
size
thin.
zero
Yeah,
happening
exactly.
on the covers of
and the
magazines.
plus size models look like a 6'8", like just
I know,
smaller
plus
than a
size.
regular person. So it's
Right.
even worse,
Well,
I
hold
think.
on. It's just remember, my doctor told me I was obese.
Yeah.
And I look at myself, and when that's why we're now doing the 30-day slim down challenge.
Wait a second.
But
He said you were obese?
yes, compared to all those stats that we use,
Yeah.
I'm obese, and I'm like, wow,
Yeah,
So
I don't
who
know
knows?
about that.
Who knows? Tell us what you think. You put this up on Facebook,
did,
of
I
course.
did.
Go over to Midday Kentucky's Facebook page and tell us whether you think anti-aging is a mean word to use, or a word that we should get rid of. I really don't think it really is necessary. Now, Katie, we're talking about affair proofing. Okay, what does that mean?
Yeah, this was interesting. I saw a blog post online, and I wanted to get your guys' take. They say the key to affair-proofing your marriage, of course, is being open and having honesty between the couple. But they say the most important thing to be honest about is being attracted to other people, that you should tell your partner about it when you see, this blogger even said, for example, if a new woman moves in down the street and the husband thinks she's hot, you should just say it.
Really?
So then you can have a dialogue about it. What do you think? Lisa's only married one.
I find this really funny.
Funny in what way?
Funny in the fact that I don't think I could do this with Doug and without him having his feelings hurt, and vice versa. I don't think he could do that with me without my feelings.
But do you
being
think
hurt
so?
with that.
This article is arguing that then that's just being naive. It says the important thing is to recognize that although you're married, you're both still sexual beings. So you will have attraction to other people.
Right.
So by ignoring it, it's still there.
Right.
Even if you would never act on it. So they're saying you should talk about it. But I don't know. I don't think I would ever want to talk about that. But
I think, we know that there's other people that are attractive around us all the time. We see that. We're human. We know. It's kind of a given with us. We focus, I think,
That
at
you
least
find
I
other
like,
people attractive? It's a given?
Yeah, and he does too. He works with beautiful women all the time, and
Where?
here. Hello, Miss Katie. He's being so mean. But I think we focus our time, when we're together, we focus it more on what can we do to build each other up. And I don't think that would build us up if he's like, gosh, Katie's hot today. I just would,
No,
how would that
well,
make
let me
me
just
feel?
say,
I
think
would
that
like
might be
it.
an overstretch. I think this study is more about being open and honest. That, let's be clear. When you see your husband, I'm talking as a woman now, who's walking down the street with you, and a hot chick walks past,
Right.
and they turn their heads, that upsets you more than if he said to you, hey, Lisa, she's got a really good set of pins, or,
No,
isn't
they
she
both would
gorgeous?
hurt me. I would not like
Really?
it. Yeah. But you know what? We kind of do our thing where, we have our celebrity that we think is attractive.
everyone has
So we
that,
that's kind of our go-to.
Well, who is your celebrity crush? Now you open that door, my friend.
Thor. Chris Hemsworth.
You got a thing for the Aussies, I see here.
And but
What's Doug's?
his is Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Okay.
oh, she's
That's
beautiful.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, she is gorgeous.
So
I don't
those
know.
are two.
Look, I honestly think it's okay to look. I think if you have a relationship that can stand that conversation, it says a lot about your relationship. I think if you hide that,
We don't hide it. It's just not
Well,
something
I
we
know.
choose to talk about. You know what I mean? It's just, we got other things.
So what are they
to
saying?
talk
What's
about.
the result of this? That your
They're
relationship's
just saying that
insecure?
you will, if you want to affair-proof your marriage, you have to be open and being able to discuss attraction to other
Well,
people.
I think
what
the
they say.
discussion is different to having an open relationship. See what I
Well,
mean?
right,
Or
but they're saying that encourages
affairs.
well,
No.
you to not have affairs, for you to stay monogamous by being able to openly talk about this.
Because if you're
you can
hiding
discuss
it,
it with your partner.
if you're
is what they're
suppressing
saying.
it and you're hiding it, then it can lead to an affair.
You know, I've got so many lines, but I'm leaving them alone. Okay, now let's talk about what you were discussing when it comes to back to school blues with the kids. And since you're the only one at the table with children,
Yeah.
take it away.
Well, you know, I came across this article. Thank you, Katie. But, you know, this woman was talking about how her kids are back to school now. She's had them through the summer.
Yeah.
And once they go back to school, you know, some people get the back to school blues where the kids are no longer with them over the summer. But some people feel like they want to have a celebration, a party. And they want to, like, some parents have even been known to crack open a champagne bottle right at the bus stop after the bus takes off. I mean, so some people have very differing views about this. And I thought it was really interesting because, you know, I do like to get back to my routine during the school year. I mean, I do look forward to that. Like, you know, it is much more regimented, and I like that. I can get my workout in the morning and all of that. Over the summer, I can't. It's just mass chaos. So I thought it was really interesting. But this year, you know, every year, I tend to not have that celebratory type feeling. I really don't. I'm very nostalgic about this. And,
Well, here's what
you
I
know.
find quite interesting about it is because you have to remember, most kids get out at 2:30, right?
Right. Well,
So
yeah.
by the time you drop them off at 9 o'clock, you get back home, what, 9:30?
No, I actually get back. I drop them off earlier. It's 7:45.
Right,
when
okay.
You drop them off.
Okay, so, every day?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, so you've got how many hours to get your chores done?
Yeah.
During the day. So who's got time to be popping bottles of champagne? To be
Right,
honest with you?
exactly. I mean, that's what,
Like,
well, and
seriously.
even I just miss them. You know, I just miss having
you?
them around. I do. I do like having my breaks and whatnot, especially when they were babies. When they were babies, Doug and I, you know, when his parents would come to stay with us, oh, we'd look forward to it so much. And when they'd get there, we literally would be skipping out of the house, just going anywhere to try to get a break. You know, because babies are very demanding. Toddlers
I
are
got
too.
you.
So,
So
but yeah.
what's the premise of the story?
So, I mean, it's just basically that debate. She's like, you know, she's kind of going through it. She used to celebrate. Now she's kind of gotten to
Ah,
a point
gotcha.
where she's not now. And she's starting to see the nostalgia of it. And, you know.
Okay,
But
when
I
you-
hate the like shaming you see of some moms. I think some people are nostalgic or going through the back to school blues, like you
Yes.
said, and then some moms are really happy for the kids to go back and
I think
have
the
that
kids are
time.
happy.
And then I've seen moms post pictures like the popping champagne or whatever,
Right.
and then people respond saying, "You don't love your kids," blah blah blah.
Right.
But I don't think that that's true. I think
Yeah,
that
I
you can
don't
be
think
happy
so
to have
either.
some me time again, and I think a little bit of it is like tongue in cheek. You know,
Yeah, it
obviously
is.
you love your kids, but
is.
I don't know.
Yeah,
All
that's
right, well,
true.
I
tell
think
us-
it's interesting.
Tell us what you think. Head over to our Facebook page at Midday Kentucky. You'll see this article up there. And Katie, we're talking about the size of engagement rings and whether it is good or bad depending on the size of the ring.
Yeah, I
whether you-
wanted to get your guys' opinion on this. This kind of went viral earlier in the week. A woman had posted online basically being upset that her fiance only spent a little over $1,300 on an engagement ring. And she said that's basically not acceptable because he makes well over 6 figures a year and she should have a bigger ring. What do you guys think? What's the norm here?
Wow. You know, okay, yeah. He's making 6 figures. I mean, immediately, when Doug was thinking about us getting engaged and getting me a ring, he looked at what the typical amount should be based on the amount of
He's
money
such
that he
a
was
reporter.
making. So he was like, you know, so he
Googled.
looked into it. It was like 2 to 3 times your salary, your monthly salary. That's about what you should be
Oh.
spending
So
for
3
a ring.
months salary.
Yes, basically. And
Okay.
so that's what, you know, and he bought accordingly. So this gentleman obviously did not do his research, or he did and decided and deemed the fact that she was still not worthy of that. Now, with all that being said, you know, one should always welcome a gift with a grateful heart.
Right.
Yeah, but here's the thing. On that 100,000, you take tax out of it.
Right.
Then he could have student
Well,
loans.
she
as
said
it is
well
executive.
over 100,000.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
believe all that. And just remember, most people who are earning that sort of money and then obviously progressing their career would normally buy their wife an updated engagement ring 4 or 5, 10 years into the marriage.
I wouldn't
So
bank
I
on
actually
that.
think
No, because these people,
that's true.
I believe, are in their mid-30s, like later
Yeah.
in life, getting married. They're settled,
Yeah.
good jobs.
I think
And so
it's a
she
bit-
was just saying she thought that he was way off balance. But I don't know.
I'd be moving her along.
I think it's weird to be surprised by that. I know a lot of people or friends of mine that are getting engaged or getting married, kind of they know what the ring is before it comes. They don't know when they're going to get engaged, but they've kind of looked together or shopped.
Yeah.
Do you think that's normal to look
I do.
at rings before the person proposes to you?
Yes.
You know, it does. The whole idea of engagement is that it's you say you're going to get engaged, and then you present your fiance with the ring. I don't believe in women going to have a look at the ring. It's something that a man should do.
We
I
kinda
like
looked
that.
at-
You're a
I
true
really do.
romantic.
Yeah. No, I just don't think. I think this whole modern day thing's getting a bit out of hand, really. You know? Okay, up next, we will learn more about the Woodland Art Fair. I was going to say Art Affair. Art Fair with the Lexington Art League. Keep it right here, everyone. You're watching Midday Kentucky. We're getting a bit